Jake Paul reveals how boxing saved his life and gives up on trying to box KSI. Plus, Nate Diaz reveals if he's down to get in the ring with YouTube's boxing king. Hey guys, it's Ali for Hollywood Life with your Jake Paul Roundup. But before we begin, make sure you have hit the sub, like, and bell button for all the latest on your favorite celebs. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media at Ali Stagnitta. But alright, let's start with KSI versus Jake Paul, the fight that everyone has been dying to see. During a brief interview with ES News, Jake said he's done calling KSI out to fight because he's pretty certain it'll never happen. Poor Jake. Guess I'll have to settle for a fight against the 15-0 champ after he faces Ben Askren. And speaking of MMA fighters, in a recent interview, Nate Diaz revealed he's down to fight Jake Paul after he's done a few more UFC fights. By the time that happens, we'll have populated Mars, and Dogecoin will be our new intergalactic currency. To more Jake news, he recently joined the I Am Athlete podcast to talk about his boxing career and reveals why YouTube is much harder than boxing, at least for him. Jake explained how he would spend full days creating content and reminds everyone he was posting one video a day for about 800 days. It's really hard. Later on, Jake says boxing saved his life because it gave him purpose, and he was able to dedicate his time and effort into a more productive routine. At one point, it's questioned if Jake Paul should even be considered a celebrity boxer. Jake breaks it down as such. He is someone who has been boxing for years that happens to be a celebrity, versus someone who's a celebrity that randomly decides to pick up boxing. However, he's then asked why he fought Nate Robinson instead of someone with actual boxing experience, which is kind of a fair point. But you know, Jake's a businessman, and good business is good business. Eventually, Floyd Mayweather is brought up in the conversation, and Jake makes it clear, despite the antics, he considers Floyd to be one of the best boxers of all time. However, he believes Floyd will ruin his legacy with these new exhibition matches, and that he'll most likely lose one of them. The conversation then circles back to Jake's antics and behavior in his big call-out videos, and how his content does influence young kids. He responds back by mentioning he was one of the most requested Make-A-Wish celebrities, and that his message is, "It's everyday, bro," was created to bring positivity and entertainment into people's lives. Jake also brings up parenting and how it plays a bigger role than anything he creates or promotes. We will put a link to the full interview below.